Good evening, everyone. This is day 58 of growing vegetables in Canada outdoors. As my daughter and I transition from the indoor grow season to getting all of our stuff outdoors organically right through the Canadian summer. For day 58 nighttime, let's take a quick gander. So over to where our garden is mixed up from different sections along the way. Over here we have our beans that we did another big harvest off of, and there's a bunch more to go. And in the front we have a bunch of our companions with our beans. We have marigolds, curry, Salem, more marigolds, and right along the way over to our first cattle arch where we have our pumpkins and our butternut squashes, which are looking great. And over to the back where we have some cucamelons that my daughter and I harvested today off of, as well as a bunch of our slicing cucumbers. Over to our second cattle arch where we have a bunch more cucamelons on the go, and we're harvesting every day off of them. They're fantastic. And right beside that we have our loofah gourds that are climbing up the trellis, and they absolutely love it. Right along to the next part of our garden where we have our Jamaican callaloo followed by corn. Our corn and Jamaican callaloo are fantastic companions, so if you do plant them, you want to plant those together. As we move along to the next section of our garden where we have our celery, which you can see how beautiful it is, right along into a bunch of more of our companions from marigolds, petunias, curries, right along. Over to our last cattle arch where we have our black diamond watermelons, as well as our beautiful cantaloupes that are growing really well. Over to our tomato section where we have a bunch of different varieties of tomatoes on the go, where they're gradually starting to change color now. And in between them we have a bunch of onions, which are excellent companions to your onions, as well as, excellent companions to your tomatoes, and they're fantastic in the garden as pest controllers. We also have more companion plants from, again, some more curries, petunias, marigolds, Salems, right along into our basils. Into the last part of this garden where we have our pepper sections, where we have some quick fires, we have some Carolina Reapers, right along into some chilies where you can see the plant is just completely filled with them. Absolutely great. And again, all in front, a bunch of companions that are excellent with your peppers, from your marigolds, basils, petunias, and right along into our last tomato plant. Again, it was the last one of the bunch. We didn't want to waste it, my daughter and I, so we found a spot for it where you can see lots of tomatoes on there, looking great. Over to our cold weather crop section where again we have a bunch of our onions on either side, with some Italian oregano, some thyme and rosemary in between there, and a bunch of our marigolds. Into our tomato plant that was indoors all through the winter, and it has a second life. As soon as we brought it out for the summer, it is producing more and more. We had this plant again all through winter and enjoyed the reaping benefits right through snowstorms where we were harvesting tomatoes off of this, and again it's back to life with a lot more tomatoes on there. Into our greenhouse where we have our olive trees that are climbing every day. Into a bunch of our tomatoes that we got transplanted into our caged pots from these ones here, which are international tomatoes from Germany and Italy. We have a beautiful pineapple plant, and right beside it we have a peach seed. Over to our basils and parsley, and as we go over to our potted items where we have our potted strawberry, potted chamomile, and our recycling bin potatoes. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in for day 58. My daughter and I truly appreciate all the support. And if you haven't yet, please check out our website at canadianveggies.com for 100% organic items from our garden, as well as some of the services that my daughter and I currently offer. Again, it's canadianveggies.com for day 58. Thanks for tuning in.